you're coming from Baltimore. They're under a DOJ investigation. I think a lot of people in Phoenix, hear Phoenix is under a DOJ probe right now. They wonder where it's going to end up. Based on what the DOJ is looking at here in Phoenix, is that a larger scale than in Baltimore? I mean, how would you compare the two?
I would say Baltimore was a much larger scale. The entire department and the scope of that decree and that investigation was much larger than the 5 areas that the Department of Justice stated that they're looking at here.
Okay, so you would say that was larger there than here?
Absolutely.
Okay. So then with Phoenix, we know the 5 areas and some of the things they're looking into. Is there an area that you're aware of they're looking at most intensely right now? Maybe it's the unsheltered folks, maybe it's the protest stuff. Is there an area you believe that they're most intensely looking at?
I think they're looking at all of it, and what I can tell you from my experience with the Department of Justice, they look at those 5 areas, but if other areas come up during their investigation, they will definitely probe in those areas additional to what they're looking at. So, I think they told us what their areas of focus are, and they will be laser focused in those areas. But if other issues come up during their investigation, they will certainly explore those areas as well.
Do you know if they've expanded at all here from the 5 focus areas?
No, I think their focus is on those 5 areas. I think typically, they tell you what their investigation is, and then you really won't find out if there's significant areas outside of that until you get to the findings report.
Well, how much longer, is there any indication this could go? Is it another year? Is it 2 years? Is it indefinite?
Now, hopefully it's not indefinite. That would not be good. I mean, traditionally these investigations go anywhere from 18 to 24 months to come to conclusion. I would expect somewhere in the next 9 to 12 months. That's really a question for the Department of Justice.
Okay.
But I know that they're working extremely hard to be able to do their investigation. I know the environment over the last year with COVID has made it challenging. So potentially slowing it down a little bit. But we'll continue to work with them over these next, hopefully, year till they get to a findings report.
So now you're taking over a department now that has had some pretty public scandals in recent years. Some of them, many of them, things that we've reported on. One of them has to do, it's the most recent, with people in this department, the chief and the former chief, or the outgoing chief, and her top cops using Signal. We also know the mayors use it, and some other officials in the city that we haven't reported on yet, but we know they use it. Do you have the Signal app, and have you used it?
No, I don't. I think that we need to follow open records laws and particularly, be able to have whatever messaging that we have out there that we have available, for, any sort of disclosure that we have to do in court or any sort of open records. I implemented in my last department a CJIS compliant app that allowed us to be able to make sure that we were able to maintain and catalog any of those communications.
Okay. So now we know that obviously there were assistant chiefs using it. The chief, they had the deleting message feature on. The mayor, she was using it. What would you do if, or maybe what will you do if someone in this department or the mayor or council members or someone asks you to communicate on that? What would you do?
Well, I don't have that app on my phone, so it would be impossible for me to be able to do that.
Okay.
I think communication needs to be handled in the way that the law tells us that we need to handle it, and that's the way that I will conduct business while I'm here.
Okay. So now another one of the kind of the major issues, it's a focus of the DOJ probe, has to do with protesting and the response to protesters. This department, according to a judge, colluded with the county attorney's office to create a fictional gang and then charge protesters as members. We've always believed, and we've said this on air, that just that belief and case on its face is obscene in the fact that it was allowed to happen in the first place. If you heard that there were protesters being charged as gang members, what would you do? Would you look into that immediately, or would you wait till it became a city embarrassment?
Now, What I can tell you is I'm not completely 100% read in on this investigation. I know there's ongoing litigation. What I can tell you is that I will look at each situation that comes up, and I'm going to follow the law and really make sure that we do the right thing. I'm focused on doing the right thing. I've done it my entire career, and that's the only way you build trust with your team, with the community, is if we focus on that, and I will continue to do that here in Phoenix.
Is that something on its face, though, that you would have found alarming? Wait, we're charging protesters as gang members. What? Why did I see that on the news? What are we doing about this? Would that have caught your attention?
I can tell you it caught my attention when I read the reports of it. Like I said, I'm not read in to the details of the case yet. I'm on day 3, so what I can tell you is I will look at each situation, and we're going to follow the law.
So one of the questions I have for you is trust, but not community trust. I'm talking about inter-department trust. You're an outsider, right? You're coming in. This is a department where we've reported there were recordings of assistant chiefs saying that the former chief lied about her role in scandals, that people were being scapegoated. There's current lawsuits about from former assistant chiefs saying that they were railroaded as part of some of the scandals to cover up for the city. Their words, not mine. How are you going to, I guess the most basic question would be, how do you determine who you can trust here? And are you going to bring in perhaps a number 2 from the outside to work with you?
What I can tell you is my experience and my track record has been building teams. I walked into my last department and was able to build successful teams there, build trust. You have to trust the people that you work with. I'm going to build successful teams here, and just like I did in previous assignments, and really focus on the work that needs to be done. I mean, this is important work, and we can't get bogged down on those types of issues.
So now with the DOJ here, I mean, you said it, you anticipate maybe in the next 9 to 12 months. Is that kind of a guess based on historical way these things are gone, or is there an indication there?
No, that's a historical guess, looking at other investigations across the country and my experience in dealing with that. I think you really would have to ask that question of the Department of Justice, to really get dialed in on what they're looking at.
Understood. And then with your experience dealing with the DOJ, is Baltimore under a consent decree?
They are.
Right, and so you actually helped kind of manage that, and as they were going through that, does the city believe, have you been told by city management that they believe they're going to end up under a consent decree?
I don't think we know what the Department of Justice will do until we get that findings report. Once we get that findings report, that's certainly a possibility. But there are other possibilities that could come out of that, depending on what their investigation finds.
There is obviously, given this DOJ investigation, some of the issues that have hit the city, from the protest cases, the number of police-involved shootings, the investigation into the unsheltered downtown from the DOJ. I mean, what do you say to the public about your movement of this direction, of you moving this department in the direction you're going to go?
Yeah, I'm focused on getting better every single day. Reform is about becoming a self-assessing, self-correcting agency. That's what we're going to do, regardless of what this Department of Justice investigation finds. So we're going to work hard every single day to get better, to determine those areas that we need to